Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Marketing Podcast, your source for all things marketing. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Laurel Tincher on the line, and she's owner over at Laurel, which is a marketing and creative agency, and this is a very special reunion 2020 episode. What is that? That's when I had a guest on in the past, and I liked him so much I had to invite him right on back. So Laurel, welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I'm excited about today's topic, why sustainability is good for business and the bottom line. But before we get into that, I don't want to assume that all of our new listeners caught your previous episodes. So first, start off by telling us a little bit more about what you're doing over at Laurel, please.
Sure. So I launched Laurel a little over a year ago, and we're an agency. We do marketing and creative work, creative production and design, and focusing a lot on emerging industries as well as sustainability projects.
So what are the type of clients that you like working with? Because there's a lot of people listening right now, and there's some are looking for agencies. Like, what's that right fit for you?
I love working with startups, and especially in emerging industries, because that's really what my brand has been. And we really do everything from video production to event production to a lot of writing and editing projects. So, yeah, I love working with small businesses and, new entrepreneurs. Love helping them out. So.
Let's get into, let's switch it up a bit. I want to get into today's topic. So why sustainability is good for business and the bottom line. Where do you want to begin with that one?
Well, I think it's really interesting timing for this right now with the coronavirus spreading. I don't know when this podcast will come out. At least right now, everybody's in quarantine, and it's just interesting to see how it's affecting a lot of businesses, but also affecting the natural environment. We're seeing less pollution and clearer water and kinds of things happening. So, interesting timing.
So what should businesses be thinking about when they're kind of doing their marketing plans and when they're doing their business development? Like, how should they be thinking about sustainability?
I think the really key thing to remember is that, like the topic of our episode today, sustainability is actually good for business. A lot of people assume that becoming more sustainable will cost them more money, but in reality, you're cutting back waste, you're cutting back on energy use, you're actually saving money and freeing up money that can be spent elsewhere in their business.
And so what are some of the steps that businesses can take to kind of start going more down that path?
I think it's great to just divide it up into different topics. So you can look at where do we create waste, what type of materials do we use, what does our transportation look like, even just within the company structure, what do our employees' commutes look like, or what are they eating at lunch in our cafeteria? Just kind of break it down into those little topics, which makes it easier to start to tackle.
Let's get a little bit more into the marketing aspect of things. So, as a marketing agency working with companies that want to go down that path, how do you help them? Like, what are some of the things that you do to get that message out?
Luckily right now sustainability is really a popular topic and consumers are really interested in seeing that brands are paying attention to it. But you don't want to get caught up in greenwashing, which is sort of labeling your company as being more sustainable than it really is. So it's really key just to kind of be honest, but also be proud of the work that you're doing and just tell those stories. And people really want to, consumers really want to hear about what's going on behind the scenes and what companies are doing to be more sustainable.
Oh my gosh, I've never heard that term. Greenwashing?
Oh, you haven't? Greenwashing, like kind of exaggerating a little bit on how sustainable you really are.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I've never heard that one. That's new. I'm in. That's funny. No, obviously, it's not funny they do that. I've just never heard it. It's quirky. So that being said, if somebody is, let's just say that you're in that startup phase, because I know you said you like working with a lot of newer or entrepreneurs that are just getting started, and also startups. How can they, if they, like, let's just say, because most of them, of course, they'd like to, you listen to this right now and they're like, oh, of course we want to be sustainable, of course we want to do this, of course we want to do that, but they're in the middle of launching their business, they have all these other things going on. Like, how do they prioritize this? Like, how do you help them prioritize?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting time for a company to focus on sustainability, because usually you're just really, as a founder, you're really busy, you're juggling a million things, and it's not something that's really on the top of your mind. But if you pay attention from sustainability from the beginning, you can save money and really create a business and a product that is sustainable, which keeps you in business longer. So sustainability doesn't mean just helping the environment out. It actually means being a sustainable company that lasts a long time.
That's awesome. So that being said, if somebody is listening to this, Laurel, and they want to learn more about Laurel Christine, your agency, and they want to learn about more ways to become sustainable, or if they're already an established company, how to increase what they're doing. I know you have some things coming up, so you're going to be branching out your agency off into multiple areas or segments. I might be explaining that wrong. Can you give me a little bit more on that one?
Yeah, we're talking about branching off into separating out the marketing sustainability work from the creative work. All works, but we might be doing that in the coming months.
That's awesome. And so if somebody's listening to this and they want to follow up and learn more, what's the best way for them to connect with you and your agency?
You can find me on LinkedIn. My name's Laurel Tincher or Laurel Christine, or just look up Laurel Christine online. You'll find us.
Fantastic. Well, Laura, it's been awesome having you back for this reunion 2020 episode. Really excited to have you back, and for the tips that you gave to our business owners on sustainability, and also I look forward to seeing how the segmenting the agent works out, and how you keep on going further down that path. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. Hope you had a lot of fun listening. We had fun making this for you. If you did, don't forget, subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Marketing, definitely give us a subscribe there. But also, don't forget to leave some comments. Love to hear what you thought and what kind of projects you're working on, what's going on in your business. And Laurel, thanks again for coming back on the show.